Everyone. Let's just definitely kick off Casual Connect. Happy to be one of the first speakers for the conference overall, and to talk to you all about wearables. And myself, I'm Corey Rosemond, Business Development Director at Plantronics, working in the gaming group. I've been in gaming on the software, hardware, platform side for a number of years, almost 20 now, or actually over 20. Don't like to think about that sometimes, but in my career, I've really have seen a lot of things come and go. And one thing I can tell you for sure is, from our perspective, as well as my personal perspective, we definitely see wearables as a thing that's here to stay, and some key opportunities that we feel as Plantronics, where you will be looking back 2 to 3 years from now and see opportunities in the content creation space where companies will take wearables and the innovations taking place in combination both with cloud computing, mobile gaming, and in the casual space really create some new opportunities. And that's really what I'm here to talk about. So some key takeaways that I really want to share and press upon everyone today. One is that the real world is becoming a bigger part of any form of digital interaction in entertainment. As we all know, it's just a daily part of our lives where technology and how we do what we do are just intermingling more and more each day, and managing those two and finding the right balance for you as an individual is just key. Wearables are here to stay and will only become a more integral part of that. And then industry leaders like Apple have really shown how the combination of hardware and software are really key to making that a success. So definitely you want to have that integration take place at a very early level. And there's a key reason for you to get started really now, and it's very important to do that. So with that, let's get started. And here's a quick pic. It's actually from last week. It's Kaanapali Beach in Maui. I had the opportunity to go there for the first time with my family, and I'll come back to this in a minute, but I just wanted to share that with you and share how that actually corresponds to wearables and opportunities within the casual gaming realm. But let's get back to the presentation in general. So when we think about electronic devices, I mean, there's really over 200 billion of them in the world in use today. And we're talking about devices that really 150, even 20 years ago did not even exist. And this is what we're using today. And just one, newer area of this really would be what I would consider to be wearables. And when I think about wearables, I think beyond the scope of gaming. We're thinking about it from a perspective of anything that touches your body and is used by you in electronic form, that either from an input, output, or measures anything that you do. And as some of you may be familiar with the problems or challenges that Fitbit had, there's a lot more to wearables than just taking some electronics and just slapping it on someone's wrist. There's things with biology, biochemistry, with allergies that really come into play. And you have to take really key concern into all of those types of things that are very important when dealing with wearables. But as it pertains to gaming, and to get focused back on gaming, when most people think about wearables, what people really tend to think of first and foremost, and what we've seen, is they think about Oculus, and now they're starting to think a little bit about Morpheus from Sony. People may even think about touch and mobile devices. What they really haven't thought about for years really have been like headsets, mice, and keyboards. So the point is that wearables in the gaming space have really been around for quite a while. And if you think about ergonomic design, if you think about the ways that we make gaming more enjoyable from how you actually interact with gaming systems and with the games themselves, that's really where we like to look at it from a hardware perspective of where wearables are. And so with that in mind, there are advancements that are taking place, and some of the ones I can talk about are in the headset category. And so some of the things that we're thinking about within wearable devices in the headset space are various forms of what I would call situational data. How close, where are you, things that you're connected to. This is actual information that now is being able to be tracked, that's being able to be collected from a headset, and we are developing technologies to make this basically more ubiquitous and basically more available to individuals for use, obviously, within their apps and for use with integration with their mobile devices as well as with their computing for various computing needs. We're still at the early stages of this, but in many cases, what we're able to get is for you to actually have not only a location, but key information that can actually deliver information around your situation and various vital things. And so at Plantronics, we've been focused on a set of technologies that we like to call contextual intelligence. And with contextual intelligence, what we're doing is aggregating some of this data and actually able to create the ability, for example, for you to be able to answer your calls, place your call on mute, do various things that basically allow the headset to be much smarter. And we're still at the very much the tip of the iceberg of this. And there really hasn't been any gaming application for this as of yet. But these technologies, and I'll just give you a few of these right now, everything from free fall detection, tap detection, the wear state on and off to actually know when you have the headset on and off, and to actually turn the headset off automatically so that you can save battery life, things of that nature. And a host of other technologies that are brought about by new sensors that we have within the headset allow the headset to be a smarter device and to provide, once again, this contextual intelligence that will allow users to have greater and better uses. In addition to that, it actually provides application developers with a host of tools and technologies that they can use to make new applications that can actually enhance a user's experience overall. And so in the enterprise, we've started to get into some type of use cases. But in gaming, there really hasn't been a lot of work in this area. And that's really one of the things that we're really interested in talking to game developers about. And really, with the additional sensors in wearable devices, what we're looking at is the idea of making your games, making your apps more wearable. And what do we mean by that? By making them wearable, imagine being able to have the game be more aware and more contextually sensitive to what you're doing, how you're working, and what goals you may have and things you're trying to do. Now, obviously, privacy concerns, you don't want necessarily Big Brother playing a game with you, being in the middle of your game. And that's obviously where content creators and where hardware manufacturers work from a privacy perspective and things of that nature. We deal with that with everything from social media to computers, browsers, on a constant basis. So obviously those need to be protected in terms of privacy concerns. But from a perspective of making an app more wearable, making it something that is more intelligent and more aware of what you're doing and where you're at, is something that we definitely see on the horizon in terms of opportunities. And so I come back to my shot from the beach. This is at 6 a.m. and it's the new normal. And so imagine a scenario where you're on vacation, and while you're determined to, not necessarily have your electronics rule your vacation or time off from everything, you still like to do a bit of jogging, and you're taking a stroll one early morning on the beach. But you've been taking it pretty easy this vacation. you went to the luau, you've had a few too many Mai Tais, and you've preset some of your goals in terms of what you want your weight to be, what you were supposed to do on this vacation in terms from a fitness perspective, how many calories you intended to burn, things of that nature. In addition to that, you also knew that there were some games that you wanted to catch up on for whatever reason. And there were some other things in groups that you were a member of that maybe you're not going to play as much as you were playing before, but you're going to play a little bit. And so just when you're about to really take it easy on this vacation and take a leisurely stroll on this beach, you suddenly get an alert. Commander, your ship needs more fuel. Or, to unlock this hint for these new puzzles of this crush game that you want to admit to anyone that you play, why don't you give me some more energy by trying to jog the next 2 miles? And what you're able to then do is make a choice. Do you want to then, walk along the beach, or do you want to choose to do a jog along a 3 or 4 mile trail, along the beach run in the beach path, and actually get the exercise in? And by doing the exercise, you actually unlock some key rewards within the game. And in addition to that, you also may help out some teammates who are part of your clan or guild and to play in a different game, but they need some additional help or some additional assistance. And they're able to get it from you, even though you're not contributing actively by playing the game with them that week, because, like I said, you're on vacation, you're away from the console or away from the PC game, but you're still able to provide some guidance. And mind you, these are just a couple of scenarios I pretty much dreamed up independently. I myself am not a game designer, but there are some great ideas I'm sure that some creative minds can really come up with that are much more compelling in terms of the new normal. But that's definitely where I believe the opportunities lie with wearable devices in looking at the casual content that is out there today, the technology that we have out there today. These things are very possible and very doable. And if done correctly and if done appropriately, I believe it can make much more compelling games, much more engaging games that can really delight audiences. And so, really, let's just recap really quickly, a simple framework for what I'm describing here. You have the wearable tech that's from a host of companies, not just Plantronics. And we have a variety of technologies that create these various smart sensors that allow individuals to actually have their various types of actions, various types of things measured, and then combine that with some intelligent software to really help aggregate this, along with this creative content, to really create these enhanced experiences. We really see this as a future opportunity, both not for ourselves, but for the content creators out there, for the platform holders out there. And so, for us, we're definitely open. PLTlabs.com is our R&D group. We're working with a number of companies and looking to work with more, both large and small, in terms of sharing technologies. And it's not just about really APIs. It's about having the collaborative discussion, about actually seeing what is possible, what can be done, and where can we take this forward in the most appropriate way, in the most engaging way possible, to really build out a new and engaging gaming landscape. And with that, I'd like to open up to any questions. Yes.
Besides headsets, is Plantronics going in the other areas of wearable tech? I think you can hear me.
Oh.
Besides headsets, is Plantronics going in any other areas of wearable tech?
Nothing to announce at this time, but right now we're still working with headsets. Yes.
Could you go back to the one slide when you were talking about the headset, all the variable actions that there are right now? You mentioned like 2 or 3 of them, but Assuming that you have
This
time.
one?
Yeah,
Yes.
could you, like, free fall detection?
Yes.
What is
So
that?
free fall detection is a technology that we're working on where, for example, if you are, let's just say if you're working on let's just say if you're working on like a telephone wire and antenna, or if you're in construction, and if you actually fall from a site. So if you're going to do remote construction repair,
Right.
and you actually fall and you're unconscious because you're injured, free fall detection would actually detect by the headset that you're wearing, someone has fallen, they cannot get up, they're unconscious, and it may actually detect the fact that you're unconscious. So this is a technology that would be more of a use case in enterprise utilities industries, various types of verticals like that. So it could actually detect that, you know, a person has actually fallen at a quick enough velocity that there may be a safety issue. Yes, Peter?
How would that work in practice, working together with developers? Would they actually spend time in your office, or spend time drinking, or how close would that cooperation be?
Ideally, there would be, yes, there would definitely be time in our offices. We're based in Santa Cruz, and we actually do have opportunities for developers to come in and visit us and actually work in our office with us on some of this collaboration on the technologies. So we do have that space available. And definitely, hopefully, after some milestones have been created, there will definitely be some drinking involved.
That would be cool.
Okay, if there are no other questions, thank you very much. And I am available. I believe I had some contact information up here. And feel free to reach out. Thank you.